Hello, hello. Good Thursday evening, of course. It's crafty hour time, and my name is 𝗧𝗢𝗣𝗘. I am ButterDish Designs, and this is episode. What are we on? Is it 83? Yes, 83. So, yes, 83. Sometimes you lose track. So, anyways, welcome. We'll give it a second here and see if anybody jumps on. If you jump on, please say hi if it's live, and if it's a replay, also please say hi. I always appreciate hearing from you, and yeah, check in with my creative friends. So anyways, welcome. This evening, you can see we're back into my craft room, which I am super excited about. Happy to be back in where all the magic happens. So I have been reorganizing and destashing and all that good stuff with the catalog changeover, and just in general. I think you kind of go through phases when it comes to crafting and stuff, and it's I like to pay it forward to somebody else and destash some stuff so somebody else can have some fun with it. So anyways, that's it. So back in the craft room, and oh, I got some fun new addition over the holidays there. You can see those fun, colorful little strands up there. So, anyways, there you go. Some little pizzazz added to the craft room. So, not like there's not pizzazz already, but I love color and I love those colors in particular. And I thought they'd make a fun addition. So, yeah. So, welcome. Anyways, all right. So, this evening, hi, Anne. This evening, we are going to be making some treat holders. Hi, Lisa. I had promised a 3D project this week because I hadn't done one in a while. So we're going to make super, super easy mini mailboxes that are treat holders. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I promise you that they really are easy. So let's add in here to the, that's pretty good there. Okay, so we are going to be working with the mini catalog, and starts on page 8. It's the 𝗧𝗢𝗘𝗖. I think I have to go that way there for you to get the whole catalog there. But anyways, this is a punch suite or bundle, and you have this cute little punch to make the bee, and I'll try to, it's hard to see that little mirror. There you go. Anyway, so that's the punch. There's also some ribbon, and I believe it's sweet sorbet. Yes, there. There are these fun enamel embellishments, and these are adhesive backed hearts and flowers. There is, of course, the stamp set. The little faces on these bees are just so cute. If you're familiar with the taco set, this has got some fun looks on it as well. There is the designer series paper, double-sided, of course. That kind of gives you a look at it there. And there's also some treat boxes down here, which I don't have. So we're going to make our own treat stuff. So anyways, if you're interested in looking at that, it's on the spring or the mini catalog. It starts on page 8 through 10. So anyways, all right. So put this down here just for a second and show you these super cute little treat boxes. Okay. And I am going to go to a solo layout here. All right. So, hi, Coney. We are going to be making these super cute little mailboxes. Little treat holder boxes. They're super simple. That's it. Hi, Kathy. Doesn't have to be just for Valentine's Day. I just wanted to do this little bundle. So, anyways, I did some with Be Mine. You can see the other side here. Got a cute little flag going on. And then I did some with I Love You. And probably don't know this, but so this heart is actually the wing from the punch, but it's a heart. So I used it on here. So anyways, we are going to make these. I saw some of these recently and I wanted to make my own. And because you have to really, if you want to be able to pull these in and out, you can go too big, too small, too wide. So it's really super simple. You'll just need one sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. See, this one here is too tall. So I modified this. And this one fits much better. So anyhow, I'll set that up there, or at least try to. And let's go ahead and grab the cardstock piece, which I'm going with basic black again. And let's just get right down into making these because we're going to make the pieces. And I wrote all my stuff down so that if you guys wanted to, you can take a screenshot of that. Okay. And I'll explain it as I go along, but I'm going to have to move that out to the side for a minute. Anyways, grab my trimmer from down here. And we're going to need cardstock or designer series paper for this. Hi, Lisa. Thank you. Okay. Remember that you do not want directional cardstock or designer series paper with this because, for example, if we were going to do these bees here, if we bent them over on one side, they'd be upside down. Okay. So it needs to be a consistent pattern. Even this one would not work because the hearts would be upside down on one side. So just a real consistent pattern, which is why I use those little flowers. You could do the stripes because those would just be stripes over from one side to the other. But let's see here. Or out of this set, you could use the honeycombs. But I'm keep going here, trying to find the piece that I want. Bear with me here. All right. I am still going to go with the flowers because I like them. All right. So just so you know, this can be done with a 12 by 12. We're going to cut it down. It can also be done from 2 sheets of 6 by 6 because you'll need to have one of the 8.5 by 11 for the inside of the boxes, which I gotta put this off to the side for a few. Let's get down to it. So the first thing you're going to do with your 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock is you're going to trim off a 1/2 inch on the 11-inch side. So I'm going to go to 1/2 inch here. Trimmer. We don't need that. You can do what you want with it. So, okay. Then we are going to go to the 8.5 side, which is cut down a little bit. And we are going to trim off a 1/2 inch off this side as well. But we're going to do 2 1/4-inch strips instead of a whole 1/2-inch piece, okay? So there's one, and we are going to use that, at least one of them. And then here is number 2. All right, so instead of 8.5 by 11, we now have 8 by 10.5. So, okay, I'll bring it back at the end. Don't worry. So I'll hold it up at the end and we'll do that screenshot. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cut this into 4. So these 4 pieces are going to measure 4 because we're cutting the 8-inch side in half. Okay. And then go ahead and stack those up. And then we're going to do this at 5 1/4. All right. So you'd have 4 pieces that measure 4 inches by 5 1/4 out of that 8 by 10 sheet of cardstock. Okay. So we got those there. The next thing we're going to do, because my sheet is 12 by 12, I'm going to do this a little differently. On this particular one, I need 4 pieces that measure 2 1/4 by 5 3/4. So here we go. We're going to do 2 1/4 all the way down. And I am going to cut 2 strips because mine is a 12-inch. Okay. 2 1/4. All right. I'll set that other piece aside there. Stack these up. Make sure they're good and straight there. And then this is going to need to be 5 3/4. Okay. So if you're doing a 6-inch piece, you'll just have to trim off that small little 1/4 of an inch there. So that's the only waste off of this. So we have 4 of those and 4 of those. All right. Last but not least of the cutting of the paper here is for the little flag. I've already started a piece. So the flag part is going to measure 3/4 of an inch and you're going to do 1/2 inch. So, and because we're making 4 boxes, we're going to need 8 of them because the flag is going to be not only on this side, I wanted to cover up that black flagpole with a matching on the opposite side. Okay. So we're going 1/2 inch. It's already 3/4 inch wide. So I've got 1 up over there. 2. 3. 4. I found it easier to just do it this way. 5. 6. 7. And the last one here is 8. So again, this piece, this whole strip, I just cut a strip off at 3/4 of an inch, and then I did 8 that are 1/2 inch. Those are for the flags. All right. So we are done with that. If you have a scoring board, this will work best. All right. All right. So now we're going to do the scoring. You need to do these one at a time. And it's super easy here, though. Okay. So on the 5 1/4 inch side, we are going to score this at 1.5 and 3 3/4. Okay, so 1.5 and 3 3/4. You're going to turn that to the 4 inch side, and you're just going to score at 1.5 by 2.5. Yes, there we go. So that means this box, when we're done, is only 1 inch wide. So, okay, let's go ahead and get all of those done. So again, on the 5 1/4 inch side, it is at 1.5 and 3 3/4. Give that a rotation there and do 1.5 and 2.5. Okay, 1.5 and 3 3/4. Rotate that, and this is going to be 1.5 and 2.5. And the last one of these, 1.5 and 3 3/4. Rotate that and do these at 1.5 and 2.5. Okay, so then we've got these pieces here, the designer series paper pieces. So on the 5 3/4 side, you're going to score this at 1 inch, and at the very last one here at 5.5. So remember, I told you that the box is only going to be 1 inch wide, so that's why that's 1 inch, and then a little tab to glue it, and that's at 5.5. So we got 1 inch and 5.5. 1 inch and 5.5. Almost busted myself there. At least I didn't do it in the wrong spot. Okay. Last one at 1 inch and 5.5. Okay. Put this up. Okay. We're going to do this part first because this is the easier of the two. They're both easy, but this is the easier too. First thing you want to do is go ahead and fold and burnish your pieces here. So doing that there on all your score marks. All right, here we go. Hi, honey. Oops. Did I get that? Yes. Okay. And last one here. Take your time. Don't rush. Make sure you get those folded straight across there. All right. So there's our 4 pieces there. Hi, Cheryl. Okay. I really, really, really advise you to do liquid glue on this one because it gives you time to move it. Okay. So for this, all we're going to do here is put just a very thin line of liquid glue there. We're going to pull this around here Give it a second to start catching. And you can kind of turn it, hold it there. And look, it's already taking a natural shape of a mailbox. So easy peasy there. And these can dry while we're doing the other part. All right, here we go. Oops. Get that push. Number 2 there. And here we go. Don't overdo that glue, okay? Because it doesn't take a whole lot. I suppose you could do tape too if you wanted to, tape runner, but it's a very narrow little area there. And just a thin line down the middle seems to do the trick there. All right. So we're getting those all lined up there. Okay. Here we go. Like I said, just be patient. Give it a second to catch. Start drying there, and then you can turn it. I just kind of go down the middle there. There we go. Okay. The next thing you're going to need to do is we are going to trim this. Okay. There, you can see the score lines there. And because it's black, just so you know. So we are not going to cut this way. Okay. We are going to cut this way on these sides. So not the short sides, we're cutting these on the long side, okay? So you're going to go straight up that score line. Don't go past. And don't worry if you don't get these super straight, because the next thing we're going to do, so now we've got these 4 pieces cut. So just like that. Hi, Cat. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to just ever so slightly do a little miter there. And that's on the outside flaps here. Okay. There we go. And you can see it's not very big what I'm taking off here, just enough so that we can really get a good closure on this box. Okay, so you can do this one of 2 ways. How I just did it, if it helps you, you can go ahead and fold and burnish those on those score lines if that helps you see it, you know, depending upon whatever cardstock you're doing. So I just wanted to show you 2 different ways to do it. Whatever works best for you. And because you've seen me do it once, I'm just going to go ahead and take those miters out of here too. Straight up that score line again. Not one side or the other, just straight up. If you fold it like I do now, it doesn't stay straight for you as the other way does. So up to you, either way. All right. Do these other ones here. Actually, while I'm doing this, just so my glue doesn't dry out, put that over there. I would talk to y'all right now, but I'm trying not to cut my fingers. Concentrating really hard here. And last one here. Like I said, when you're trimming that little piece off, you don't need to trim off much. It just makes for a nicer closure on that box. Sometimes I wonder why I picked black to do this, but it looks cute with the red. All right, there we go. Let me go ahead and just move those off. All right, so because we've done this, I am just going to fold these all. Burnish them. Looks like. And you don't really need to do it with the bone folder on these. I mean, they're small boxes, so they're folding quite nicely. Okay. The trick with gluing these, so yes, we're getting out that glue again, okay, is that we're starting with an inside tab here, and we are putting just a small amount of glue. See, I left it open and now it's like, all right. And we're taking the other opposite side piece there and going like this. Now, while you're doing this, that miter is down here. So as you're pushing this together, you want to do a check to make sure that this isn't going to peek over this side. So if it's peeking, you need to push it down just a smidge. All right. Does that make sense there? And you also don't want to push too far in because then the box won't line up here and here. So check that as you're gluing. Okay. We're going to go over and do the opposite side here. And hang on, let me wipe off my glue. All right. And again, I'm just a little bit to hold it shut there. I'm checking to make sure this side and this side isn't pushed in too far. Just hold that there for a second. We're going to go back to this side here and apply some glue. Doesn't take a whole lot. Got to close that up. And you can see our box is starting to take shape. And if your piece is over a little bit, doesn't matter. You just want these sides to be nice and flush there. Take the opposite side. Put your fingers in the middle there, just like that. And there we've got one done. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the next one. This is really easy to just assembly line these if you're making a few of them. But imagine these not necessarily in Valentine's Day, but imagine them in, you know, florals or plaids or whatever pattern paper you might have. It's a good way to use it up there. And I didn't check that. I gotta pull it out just a little bit. There we go. That over. Just cute little everyday mailboxes. That works. And see, once you get going here, whether you put the glue on this side or the outside, it doesn't matter. Let it hold for a second. Push. There we go. Just make sure you stick your fingers in there and give that a good push. 2. You can adjust that just a little bit. There we go. Oops, didn't get that miter piece off quite all the way. And we're good. Once you get going, I don't think you really need to check too much, but plus there's plenty of room in that mailbox for this to slide in and out anyways, so you don't have to be too careful. All right. I was like, what's that noise behind me? But Oreo is down in her little cat cubby in my paper shelf. She's making a little noise down there. So if you just check them, make sure you've got them good pushed together there. Make sure you held them long enough. So now we've got 3. We got our last one here. The only thing I did in advance for this is that I did punch out the heart part, and I fussy cut those B's. But other than that, I wanted to make sure not to pre-cut these pieces so that you could see how I cut these to make your own. And I promise I'll go back to the measurements here when I'm done. And right. There we go. One more side here. If by chance you have any overhangs that bother you, it is very easy to take your scissors and just trim those down to your liking. So up to you on that though. Okay, so easy peasy for those. I'm gonna go ahead and slide these into our little mailboxes here, because that'll really help it take shape there. They're so sweet. All right. So for this, I actually this is for the mailbox flag. I just took this and I cut it in half. You can do it with your trimmer, your scissors, whatever you like. And then I cut this in half again. All right. So for this, outside, just going to take a teeny tiny little bit there, and you're going to put on your first side and just line that up to the edges like so. Okay. You're just going to simply flip that over. Then you're going to put glue. That's not quite dry enough there. Over the entire side there. Just a little bit. And there we go. Whoop. You could definitely, it's hard for me to do that without pulling it up. There we go. All right. So there is our little double-sided flag. I do that 4 more times. If you didn't cut straight, just simply trim it. I just like the center of the flowers are yellow, so I thought this little yellow flag went really nicely with the little mailboxes. Okay, turn those over. Okay, I was like, I'm missing a piece, but I'm not. It's a little labor of love here. But, I mean, we're almost done, and we're only a half an hour in, so not bad for 4 little treat boxes. And there we go. Okay. Like I said, the only thing that I had pre-done is that I fussy cut those, a couple of the bees. 4 to be exact. I did pre-punch these hearts. I did 2 in Be Mine, and I'll show you how I did that with these ones here. You can put whatever you want on it. You can leave them blank. You could write on them if you didn't want to stamp on them, but let's go ahead and get out the stamp set here. Actually, okay. So this is Be Mine. This is a photopolymer stamp set. And you can see here that the stamp is long. And we're only going to use that part and then that part. Thanks, Coney. So just on the edge of the ink pad here, I'm just inking the B part. See, we have just the B. And we'll do it on this other one here. There we go. Okay, before we do the other side, we do need to clean this off. Just give it a little squeegee there. We're going to flip this around. And now, you guessed it, we're just going to do the mine part. Don't be limited by how the stamp is. You could also do this with a marker if you wanted to do that instead. So there, now we have Be Mine. I didn't quite get that part. All right, so there we go. Easy peasy there. Clean that off. The last little thing that we're going to do is just glue this stuff on. So I start with the flag side, whichever direction you want your flag going in. And I'm going to go this way with it. So I am just going to put just a little bit here on about that. Excuse me, that much of it. So I like mine at an angle. So I'm just going to put that on there like so. All right. And actually, while I'm doing this, and I'm going to put this back up here, I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Just move my bees out of the way real quick here. There we go. Okay, so that's 2. Three. Last one here. And last, we're going to turn these over now. Hold that down for a second. And you can, push gently. Don't squish it or anything. You're welcome, man. So there we got those. Next thing we're going to do is turn these over. And this one, the heart gets glued straight down at an angle. And then we're going to use dimensional to pop up this little bee. Oops. Put it down. I'm not flipping you off. I have a snake here. Sorry. I was like, oh. All right. So there we go. Oh. Okay. Go ahead and turn that to the side here. Now we'll get rid of this dimensional off my finger. These little bees are just so sweet. If you needed to, you could pull this out and hold it like so if it starts to curl on you. Whatever works best for you there. I don't think I put glue out to the edges on that. That's why. Okay. this little bee is going. It's got double wings on it here. Now, I haven't really tested out what fits in this yet, but we're going to in a second here because we're almost done. And I pulled some stuff out of, they're not Valentine's candies, but we're going to test some stuff out. All right, so there are those. Last but certainly not least, we're going to give it just a smidge of embellishments. So you have a take your pick tool, you can get that out. And what I did is that I did a heart here on the outside of the flag here, just one, like so. And then I flipped this over here and I did a little flower. So right here, because there's just enough little space right there for that. Oops, sorry, moving my whole cart. Oh my goodness. Yes, use your take your pick tool. Well, that one's staying right there. But there we go. So that's that. And the little on the other side there. And you can do different colors. Whatever you'd like. And on this one, on this side, change it up and put a little pink heart. All right. There's two different size flowers and there's two different size hearts on this. Oh my goodness. There we go. And last one here. Aren't these super cute? They're just so tiny and sweet. I really think that people would appreciate these, you know, no matter how you decorate them. So there we go. So we made 4 of them there. Now, as promised here, I have a little, let's get this out of the way now. And where is my little tray at? What did I do with that? Oh, it's behind me. All right. So I brought an assortment just so we can see what fits, what doesn't fit, okay? Thank you, Cheryl. All right, so let's open one of our little treat boxes here. I have no doubt in my mind that these are going to fit, no problem. And it looks like, well, that's 4, that's 5. So 6 Hershey's Kisses fit in this, no problem. All right, so there we go. And they're not going to fall out. So there's that. Okay, I also had some 𝗧𝗢𝗘𝗖 peppermint bark squares. And so I'm proud of 2 of them. Will they fit? Nope. That's a no-go on 2. Now, if we angle one, can we do it? Can we do it? Yes. You can technically fit in 1 𝗧𝗢𝗘𝗖 square. Just tuck in that flap there. So that works. Now I brought out a bigger candy. Thank you, Lisa. So this is a Reese's Take 5. If this one fits, it's going to be just it. That. And yes, so that fits. No problem. So there you have it. There was our little candy tester. I think that's a pretty good test. And oh my gosh, these are just so fun and so sweet. You can see, you guys, you cannot believe this, but Oreo, like I said, is behind me down this way, and she's snoring. I don't think you all can hear it, but there we go. So fun assortment there. So go back over this way. There you go. Hi again. Go to the, there we go. Oh, my phone got in the way there. So thanks for watching. I hope you'll give these a try because they really are a lot of fun. They're super sweet, as you can see. Mini size. You have all the dimensions on there. And if you need to get lost on how to put it together, just replay this and you'll get through it just fine. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. And next week we'll be going probably back to a card, but I think we'll do a fun fold. That's kind of what's in my brain and what's in my prototype already. So anyways, or sample, so to speak. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful evening and a very nice rest of your week. So thank you, Kathy. Appreciate it. So I can go back to just these just one more time, just because like they're so cute. There we go. Mini mailboxes for all. Bye, everybody. Have a great night. Bye.